Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS25 map preview video. In this video I'll show you my upcoming map FourFields. And it's nearly ready now. I will test it through today and hopefully find the important bugs and be able to solve them. And then I'm planning on uploading it to ModHub tonight, so Sunday evening, the 2nd of March. And it will be available for consoles, yes. And I hope they will test it soon, because maps don't have a waiting time right now. So they have priority testing. Okay, before we fly around and I show you everything, we'll get a little overview about the map. So let's fly high. By the way, this is the starting farm. There are 4 farms. They all have the same features but look differently. And here we have 4 fields, 4 huge square fields. And yeah, that's why the map is called FourFields. And the idea for this map came to me because console players were very sad because they don't have maps with huge fields. And then I thought, okay, you could make a standard map with huge fields if you concentrate on the fields. And that is what I did. First I thought I make 1 field, but then I decided 4 fields would be more fun, because then you can play with 3 friends or even more and have 4 farms on 4 fields and yeah, make challenges on this and whatsoever. If you want to have 1 field, you can plow them together and then you have 1 field. If you own all 4 fields. So now let's go down here. You can see it's surrounded by a lazy river and we have a boat that is just decorative. And yeah, we have a barn, a farmhouse, a walk-in farmhouse, and several sheds. And here we have the equipment. It's rather big equipment, but not the biggest, because I thought it would be nice to improve. If you get richer, you can buy a bigger combine harvester, or you could buy the Nexat if you own the Nexat pack. And that was the reason why I made this map so fast, that it should be available at the release time of the Nexat. But we don't know yet whether this will be possible. For my side, I made it in time. So here we have some trailers, and there's a sewing machine and cultivator. We have 3 tractors, around 300 horsepower. Here we have the John Deere. There we have 2 productions. I will come back to this soon. Here we have fertilizer spreader and a Case tractor and a McCormick tractor. And yeah, let's talk about the productions. Those are 2 productions. The right one is for farm supply, for hay, drying, silage, TMR and such. And the left one is all around the base game productions, but more powerful. And you can produce all at the same time. So if you have several productions running, it can pop out pellets every few minutes, like brrrt. And But if you play slowly and you have only one production, it's slower, obviously. Here we have grass stuff, grass equipment, and a buying station for all kinds of field crops and fertilizer, seeds, and so on and so forth. And food for animals. And here we have the cow barn. It's good for more than 500 cows. And there are already some cows here waiting for you and being happy to munch on the grass here. And yeah, the barn you saw already, and a multi-fruit silo. And that's about it. And before we fly around the map, we have a look at the PDA map. And here you can see the 4 fields. And all around we have a road and all building stuff like the 4 farms and villages, production buildings, selling stations, and so forth. And the second farm is at the number 7 here. And here we have at number 8, it's the sheep farm. And at number 6, it's the pig farm. And yeah, did I say it's realistic? Oh, I forgot whether I said it already. Yeah, if you have a look at the American Google Maps or so, and you go to the north of Texas and go up all the way to Canada, you will see huge regions where it looks like that. Maybe not with everything I built all around, but this 4 fields grouped together, and they have the same size than those fields here. In some area, the fields are round because of the watering system, but the overall shape is still a square shape, and there are always 4 fields grouped together. I think that is because the roads are every mile there is a road, some bigger, some smaller, but every mile a road, and then 4 fields in between the roads, and therefore it looks like that, more or less. And when I first made that map, I didn't knew that. And yeah, then you told me, and I had a look, and I saw, huge parts of America are exactly like that, and I really liked it that I made something so realistic without knowing it. And especially that the size of the fields is more or less like the fields in these parts of America. So, yeah, now we can just fly around, go a little bit higher, and there are a lot of areas that are big and empty, as you can see here. And you can do here whatever you want. Before we had a lot of grapes growing there, but somehow it didn't fit because the other part of the map is for huge machines working fast and all this kind of stuff. And the grape harvesting is with tiny niggle machines and such a lot of work. You can't automate it and so. And therefore it was not used by many people, but a lot of people asked me, how can I remove those grapes? And then I thought, okay, I just leave it empty and you can buy this and do whatever you want. You can cut the grass if you so wish. You could make a narrow field out of it or build your own productions or whatsoever. Yeah, and here we come to the big village, and it's a road village, which is normal in a lot of parts of the world, and especially also in America, that the village is just along a road. And here it was obvious to do it like that. Here we have something like a shopping center, which has also 2 selling stations and 1 production. Here is the cafe selling station, and the selling stations are behind it. So if you come here with your big tractor, you can drive behind all that and you are not bothered by all those pedestrians. And this area here is for the clients, or if you want to role play and such. Or if you want to talk to David, because he lives here. And here this is a grocery store where you can sell your products. And this is a bakery, you could buy it and produce some bread and cakes and such. And this bank is just decorative. So, and here behind the village we have some productions, the tailor and the spinnery, and all those production buildings, they have quite a lot of space around them, that you can use them with rather big vehicles. Therefore it's not narrow and crowded and difficult to navigate, but it should be easy to deliver your stuff there. And that is one reason why I didn't make fences but bushes. If the space is still too narrow, you could just drive through the bushes. And here we have a little dairy, and there is a restaurant, selling station. I thought this fits wonderful onto this calm river that we have here, and I like it so much at Riverbend Springs, and therefore it's just fantastic to have it here. Okay, here we have the camping ground, and if you buy this camping ground you get hourly income for renting out those holiday homes. And there is also a selling station for all kinds of products. And as you can see, there is a ship that is driving around back and forth, 2 ships, and they are just decorative. Here is the selling station, and there is Grandpa Walter. If you want someone to talk, you can talk to him here, or to David. And all those NPCs are spreaded around areas where you don't want to build, or you can't build. And they are not at the farms, because the farms that it should be able that you remove everything and build it for yourself. Okay, so let's go on to the dealership. The dealership has plenty of stuff for the vehicles that you buy, and a workshop, and you can buy your fuel here. And then we have the farmers market, like in Riverbend Springs. It's the empty type of fillable selling station, but it's quite useful because you can sell nearly everything here. And you can see Ben here. If you want some information, you can talk to Ben. And I'm planning on building my own farmers market in American and German style. And when this is done, I will change them. So I will put my own farmers market instead of this onto this map. But it may take a while until I find the time to do this. It will be quite a lot of work to make really, really nice different types of farmer market. but I'd like to do it. As you may know, I already made this little granny's farm shop, which is tiny, and now I want to make it bigger, and yeah, that map makers can put it on their maps if they want, or if you play on build yourself map, then you can put it there and so. Okay, let's go on. Here is the second farm, and it is also a cow farm, or rather buffalo farm. And I didn't add a horse farm this time because I can't change the horse prices right now, and I guess I won't be able to change them later too. So we have to live with the fact that horses are not lucrative in Farming Simulator. And then I thought, okay, then I better put a cow barn and I make it into a buffalo barn with a nice pond. And yeah, I think the buffaloes enjoy this pond a lot. Okay, but you can also have cows there. They will also like the pond, I guess. Here we have another small village, and there is this windmill. You can produce flour, and it produces a lot of flour. Here we have the animal dealer, and outside on this meadow we have some sheep and sometimes some goats. They come randomly. And I like the idea to have free roaming sheep, but don't worry, they won't run onto the road, because there we have Katie, and she takes care that the goats and sheep don't run around. And you could talk to her. Here we have some cows. And always when you come back, there are different cows, which is a very interesting feature of FS25, and I thought I include this feature of the animal dealer animals into this map. And here we can buy the animals, and you can sell your silage, straw and such stuff here. So let's fly around the next productions. Here we have the grape and the oil processing. Here we have a big garden, like it was in FS22, but those are my new gardens. And you can grow nearly everything that is suitable for growing in a garden, like carrots and parsnips and peas and all this kind of new stuff. And the normal garden plants and grapes and olives, and it's 16 times as big as a greenhouse, and it produces 20 times as much as a greenhouse. So if you want to produce a big variety of stuff to fill your production and produce a lot of stuff, this is perfectly for you to go. This is included into the map like all the other buildings that I made, so there are no required mods. And now it looks very dry, which is normal if you include a greenhouse or garden in this case into a map. It always looks dead when you don't own it, and there is already some water included, but as it's not working, it doesn't recognize the water. So if you buy it, you can use the water and activate it. So then we have the harbor selling station. You can sell nearly everything here. And over there we had those wind turbines, but I didn't find the time to include those, and I thought why not build your own if you wanted? So you could just buy this piece of land and put your own wind turbines here if you want, or you can just use the meadow to cut the grass for your sheep or whatsoever. So this is not a field, this is just meadow. You could also build stuff there, whatever you like. One of the many free areas. Here we have the sheep farm. So with a little bit of flowers and sheep and goats. Oh, they are producing already. Oh, not too shabby. Yeah, and I built a little rock area because I thought the goats, they like to climb around on the rock and it just looks nicer than just the empty meadow. And the sheep like to roam around on the rocks as well. So let's speed up. Here you can sell your grain stuff. Here we have the paper factory and one of several forests. In the inside of the forests, they are all trees that you can harvest with a harvester and make a lot of money. And that it doesn't look like toothpicks, I placed some of those leaf trees around, and yeah, you could cut them down, but not with a harvester. They are more or less for decorative purposes, that the woods don't look so toothpick-like. Okay, here you have a sawmill and the wood chip selling station and wood selling station. Here you can sell all this stuff. There is just a nice little hut. And here we have the pig farm and the pig barn has trees and mud and so that the pigs feel well. Yeah, and I think they feel well. And I guess it's for around 1,000 pigs or so. So now let's go on. Here we have a tower to climb and another garden and the carpentry and another sawmill. And here we have a BGA. This is the normal base game BGA with 500 kilowatts or so. And it doesn't work like in the FS25 version of the map. This just works normal, so you can use it as a selling station if you don't own it. If you own it, you can put your stuff inside and produce things to make money. And yeah, if you want to build your own BGA, you can use one of the many free lots and build it there. So this is not meant to remove and build your own BGA. And in FS25, I made it so that you could just remove everything, but that made it very difficult to use, and not all the players understood it, even if I had this little signs placed there. So if you didn't own the BGA, you couldn't use it at all. You had to buy the land, and that made it too complicated, I thought. And therefore it's just like a normal BGA. If you want to build your own one, you just choose one of the many lots where you can place your own BGA. Okay, here we have another tiny village. And with a little pond, just for the amusement. And with little carps here. Yeah, and then we fly back home. Okay, that's it already. And yeah, now I go higher, then we can just look around a little bit and I tell you about the features that are not included in this version of the FourFields. And some are permanently not coming and others are not there because of time reasons and they will come later. So first I tell you about the permanently not coming features, mainly due to technical reasons. So the first important thing is in FS22 I had two variants of this map, so you could play with American buildings and with German buildings. But that had cost so many slots for console players and was even also bad for the performance for older PCs. Because of the technique that I had to use for this. And therefore I thought that is not so good. And anyhow, those FourFields are perfectly for the US. And with German buildings, it's just completely unrealistic. In Germany, nothing looks like that. And people even complained about it and said, oh, why are you building such an unrealistic map? And then I discovered it's completely realistic for some parts of the US. So no German version, and that will stay like that. Then here is no rapid plant growth in this FS25 FourFields. In FS22, if you deactivated the seasonal growth calendar, then the crops grew after 2 days they were harvest ready. And I made it because it was a shock for a lot of players after FS19 and then in FS22 suddenly the crops took so long to grow and millions of players had their play style grounded on this rapid plant growth. Me too. And therefore I found a solution to bring rapid plant growth to FS22. But that is not possible because of technical reasons now in FS25. And even if they bring this possibility back, I think I wouldn't do it anymore because now we had 3 times to learn new ways to play with seasonal growth or long growth times. And therefore I think it's not so urgent anymore to have rapid plant growth. I myself play with seasonal growth nearly all the time. And yeah, in the beginning of FS22, it was a shock for me without rapid plant growth. And now I got used to it. And I hope most of you got used to it too. And at the moment, it's not even possible. And I also couldn't raise the prices for the horses. And now I can't do it due to technical reasons. It might become possible later, but then I'm not allowed to do this because of legal reasons, because I'm a Giants partner. And you can only do this if you use files that are not openly available. And as a Giants partner, I signed that I won't do such a thing. So no good horse prices. I might ask Giants whether we partners are allowed to do it, then maybe later, but not in the foreseeable future. And then the vineyard won't come back. And then I had patronage money cheat signposts in this map, and I won't add it anymore this time because of time reasons, but I think it's no more needed. The government subsidy cheat signs, they became better. Before it was only very little money or an insane amount of money, and now they have more possibilities in between. And therefore, I think if you want to cheat money, you can use those government subsidy signs. Okay, then we have some features that are not included in the map due to time reasons, and they might come back in the future, but not in the near future, more like medium future, because to make this map possible, I had to put aside a lot of other mods that are still waiting for me, and I have another map that I want to start building, and therefore a big content update of this map won't come very soon. If there are big bugs, then yes, to fix those bugs, but not the bigger content updates. And the missing features are, is no spelled and rye integrated in this map right now. And there are no recipes in the production for bread rolls, baguette and muffins and such. And there are no wind turbines. And there are no additional soil textures and flowers in landscaping mode. And yeah, sooner or later, with a bigger content update, I will integrate those into this map. So this is not the final stage of this map. I'm planning on developing it further, but this is the first version of the map without those features. So it's just a plain simple map with 4 fields. Okay, now wish me good luck that I find all the important bugs and can resolve them today on Sunday, and that the testing process is fast and that we can get this map into ModHub as soon as possible. Okay. If you want to buy FS25 or a DLC, feel free to use my code OMATANA. You'll find the link for the PC version in the video description. It doesn't cost you anything extra and supports me a lot. Now I wish you a wonderful day, thank you for watching and all the best till next time. Tschüss!